Hey there, my students. I know we didn't get to go over this one in class, but I really wanted to do it with you, or rather for you, so you get a get a handle of the algebra that we've got going on here. So let me draw this picture real quick. I'm going to pause the video, and the picture is going to magically appear. There it is. So we have N is the midpoint of segment CA, and M is the midpoint of segment CR, which means this guy right here is a mid-segment. Okay, right? This is the mid-segment, and this down here is the base that goes along with it. And hopefully we know the geometry, right? What does the geometry say about these two things according to the mid-segment theorem? Well, it says that the base of your triangle is equal to 2 times the length of your mid-segment. So chances are that's going to come up. So now let's put in all of the other information that we're given in this problem about the lengths of our sides, and I'm going to magically have that appear too. And there we have it. So we have a couple of geometric principles together. The first one, these are, right, M is a midpoint, so these two segments are equal. So we're going to set these two equations equal, right? That is what the geometry says, that if we have a midpoint, then you have two congruent segments. So these guys right here, these we set equal because they are parts of a, right? They're two congruent segments because there's a midpoint there. Now this one, this is the base, and this is our mid-segment. So that has a different equation, right? We write base 2x plus 4 equals 2 times the length of the mid-segment, which is in this case 4y. Now examining these two equations, I see an x variable and a y variable, an x variable and a y variable. Okay, so we have two variables and two equations, okay? And this is what we call a system of equations. And you'll solve a lot of these in Algebra 2. So we have two variables and two equations. So there are a couple ways to solve it, but for the most part, we're going to try and use what's called substitution in order to solve this equation for x and for y. Okay, so we're going to solve for either x or for y in one of these two equations, and then we're going to replace that same letter in the other one. So let's just take a look and see. I have a 2x plus 4 and 2 times 4y. So all of these are even numbers. So if I solve this equation for x, I'm going to not have any fractions whatsoever. So that's kind of what I'm going to look at here. You know, math is hard enough as it is, so let's try to make it as easy as possible. So we have 2x plus 4 equals 8y, and I'm going to solve this equation for x. So we'll subtract the 4y for the 4 from both sides. 2x equals 8y minus 4, and then we'll divide everything by 2. So our x is 4y minus 2. Right, that's our equation. That's how x relates to y. Whatever, never mind. So x equals 4y minus 2. So we're going to take that x equals 4y minus 2, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to change colors because we can't really see that one very good. 4y minus 2. All right, that is what x equals. Yes, let me check. Yes, x equals 4y minus 2. So I'm going to replace, or I'm going to substitute 4y minus 2 into my other equation. Okay, 4y. Now I have one variable, and I can solve this equation. Hopefully I'm okay at my solving skills. So let's see. I distribute first. Right, 8y minus 4 minus another 4. And so now I have some like terms. Minus 4 and minus 4 is minus 8. 3y plus 2. Okay, I'm going to get my y's on the same side, so I'll subtract 3y because that's smaller. 5y minus 8 equals positive 2. Now I'm going to move my 8 to the other side. So 5y equals 10. And hopefully we can see that dividing both sides by 5 gives me a y value of 2. Okay, which is pretty good that y is 2. I don't know why it's good, but now that I know y is 2, I can come back over here and figure out what our x value is going to be. Okay, because now I know that y equals 2. So x equals, I want this in my other color here, x equals 4 times 2, right? 2 from down here, y value is 2. 4 times 2 minus 2, which is 8 minus 2, so x equals 6. Okay, so we take our geometric concepts of mid-segments and midpoints, and we make some equations. We have two variables, so we have a system that we solve by substituting. So you pick the easiest variable to solve in the easiest equation, and then you replace and solve, and then replace again, right? So there's a lot of steps, but I believe that with practice, you'll be able to do this pretty good. All right, hopefully you are going to understand this someday soon. All right, bye.